Brutal here at the San Antonio, Texas Regional. 9 rounds of Swiss, 280 players. My goodness, we have here the first place winner, Pree. My goodness, yo, what happened today, man?
What happened today? I went to locals last night, rode here, got about an hour of sleep, played Yu-Gi-Oh! All day, and didn't drop a single match.
Jeez. Nice. With what deck?
Branded Despia, 60 card pile.
Very nice. Any notable matchups throughout today?
Notable matchups, playing against my boy William, who got second. Shout out to him. That was probably the only notable one. All my other matches were pretty standard, just business.
There you go. Shout outs, man, before we begin.
Shout outs, first of all, my sponsor as always, Epic Cards and Games. Shout out my teammate who was here, Aaron McInnes. Shout out Joey Lynch. Shout out YCS champ Cameron Neal. Shout out Team Bortle. And shout out me for being the prodigy.
There you go. All right, without further ado, please show us the first place goo.
All right. We got 3 Luber, 3 Albaz, 2 Tragedy, the 1 Adlib, 1 Quem. I played 1 Quem for the longest, but as I play more and more, Quem probably should be a 2 of in the deck, because I find many scenarios where I would like the second Quem to help me extend after I get hand trapped or recover better. So I would probably play 2 Quem, but 1 evidently is fine. 2 Cartesia. I would play 3 of her because she's really good, but there's just not enough space in the deck for 3 Cartesia. The 1 Albion. I don't really agree with this being a 3 of. I think there's just better cards that can take the space of the other 2 copies of him, and I just think 1 is fine. 1 Spriggan's Kit. It's a force copy of a Luber. Helps you extend. If you Cartesia dump Albaz Fusion, she can get you to follow-up plays if your original play gets stopped. And our hand trap courier.
It's not QCR, bro. Fucking up.
We play a tier limit Sharon. I think every branded deck should have a tier limit monster in it, because you send this off branded fusion and it gets you an extra body. It recycles your resources to help you grind longer and stay in the game, and can just push for more damage. We play the Frightful card, so 3 chain. I want to max out on these and the Patchwork that you'll see, because I really want to draw these cards, because they just keep my card advantage up, let me make more fusions through interruptions. They help me break boards with Chimera, and these are just really good cards to have. And for hand traps, we just play 3 Nib and 3 Ash Blossom. Deck doesn't have space for more hand traps, but I play a lot of power spells and draw spells and cards that just let me filter through my deck more, like Edge Up Chain and whatnot. So when I get my engine going and I start drawing cards, I don't really need more hand traps, because I'll just draw into these more. And this, if you want to count as a hand trap. Spells, we have 3 copies of the God card. Branded Fusion. This resolves. Your win percentage just skyrockets. 3 Branded Opening. 3 Deployment. This Summoning Cartesia just lets you play through all the hand traps that target. So oftentimes they just won't even bother trying to hand trap you, because they know it won't matter. And going second, this gets Albaz to break boards. Draw spells, we have 3 Pot of Desires. I don't really care about the risk of losing a few things in this deck, because so many of the cards the important cards I play are 3-ofs. So it's very unlikely that I'm gonna end up losing a card that actually matters. I banished my one Quim a few times today, and that did hurt. But the advantage that I was getting off of drawing multiple cards just still helped me get there, even without losing, even while losing access to Quem for the entire game. We play 3 Talons. This card's crazy. 3 Thrust. Searches Branded Fusion going second. Sets Fusion Duplication going first if I get ashed. Or just searches Talents to help me close out games. 3 Allure. More draw power. 3 Patchwork. Because just like Chain, filters my deck, keeps my card advantage up, and helps me break boards. Going second or make a board going first. We played 3 Forbidden Droplet. This card takes the place of what would have been Imperm in my deck, because while Imperm helps me prevent a board from happening going second, this also just more than helps me play through a board when I go second, between turning off their negates, or it helps me dodge stuff like Imperm or Veiler on my Alubers going second while turning off their monsters. So this card is just really good. We played 2 red. I think 2 red has to be the standard for branded, especially since we play Pot of Desires. 1 poly for the Edgent cards. The 1 of Foolish Burial and Gold Sark. And then for traps we play Banishment. I think this card is probably standard in the deck. It helps you recur your Mirror Jades to get more banishes. The Super Poly effect can come up a lot. And yeah, this just applies a lot of pressure. And the other ones, Counter Trap and Duplication, you set it off Thrust, and you just play on the opponent's turn.
That's 60 cards, guys.
60 card main deck. Extra side deck. For back row hate, we play 2 Lightning Storm and a Harpies, and 3 Cosmic, because I don't want to lose to the stun decks running around. I probably would want to play a Shaddoll Dragon, just because you can send it off Branded Fusion, have an extra piece of removal for stuff like Grave of the Super Ancient Organisms or Rivalries. 3 Ghost Ogre. This is mainly here for the Tenfi deck, because you just hit the field spell, and now you can do whatever you want to all their monsters. And when you Mirror Jade them like 2 to 3 times a turn, getting rid of the field spell just makes the matchup so much easier. 3-dimensional barrier, because it's good against Tenpai. It's a blowout in the mirror. And while I wouldn't care about siding for the mirror match that much, because this deck isn't very well represented, which is surprising because this deck has one of the highest power ceilings in the game. I would play barrier because everyone else is playing barrier, so I have to cross it out. Extra deck, 2 Mirror Jade, 2 Dust Dragon, 1 Lubellion, 1 Albion, 1 Albion, a Rinbrum, Titanic Clad, and a Sprin. And I guess the fusion that isn't as popular for some reason, Bygrand. Bygrand is a really good card, because on top of being extra fuel for mirror jade effects. During the end phase, it searches your Mercurier. So when you make a board of like Mirror Jade Dust Dragon and you send this and you just search a Mercurier to have like an extra negate against any deck, or you use Mercurier to like stop a Bestial on your target for Branded in Red or Banishment, or stop a Ghost Spell or a DD Crow. So it just gives you an extra layer of protection that I think more than warrants this card being in the deck. And application that I didn't think of for this card today that just came up mid-match when I played a Tenpai guy round 6 or something like that. One of the later rounds is that he can't die in battle.
Oh shit.
So it was like game 3 I played against a Tenpai guy. I got shifted, and if my Brand of Fusion just wasn't gonna make anything that really impacted the game very well, because Mirror Jade's dead. I can probably Lubellion for a Draco's Tapelia or make a Rinbrum, but that wouldn't really do much. So I instead just summoned Bygran and just put in defense and sat on it. And that deck really has a hard time outing a guy that can't die in battle. So that was really nice. We play a Magnum the Reliever. This guy's just crazy with the Patchwork cards. You get extra uses of Mirror Jade on your turn after you search Adlib to bring it back. He recycles your 1 of Polymerization, so you make your 2nd and 3rd copy of Patchwork live. And the spot removal is really good in going first against a lot of decks, and drawing a card is also really nice. Cordis, Draco's Tapelia, and Guardian Chimera to finish it off. All these are pretty standard, and yeah, in terms of the extra deck, I wouldn't change anything.
Well, hey, Creighton, congrats again on winning this regional.
Thanks, and you'll probably notice that there's no Gimmick Puppet in my deck, because we don't need Gimmick Puppet to win if you actually know how to play Branded, which majority of people just don't know how to play Branded. So yeah.
Hey yo, to piggyback off of what the fuck he's saying if you play Gimmick Puppet, it means you suck at this game.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys, comment down below.
His words, not mine.
All right, until next time.
I'll co-sign.
Bortle out.